Your ad is going to fatigue if you constantly have the same type of ad all the time. Make sure when you are doing a single image ad that it's a really good quality image. And this Facebook ad creative converts like crazy. Testimonial ads. These are the absolute best. One of the reasons why you actually want to build that database, if anything happens to your Facebook page or your ad account and whatnot, you can still continue to do business through your list. But the other reason why is, hi, I'm Kerry Fitzgibbon, an ADHD fempreneur, multiple seven-figure business owner, and Facebook marketing ninja. Together, let's unleash AI-powered Facebook marketing to take your business from best-kept secret to the top of your niche and beyond. Welcome to this week's episode. Today, I'm going to be talking about ad creatives that convert like crazy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down into the different types of placements you can have with ads, and also what type of creatives you can have as well. Because there is a little bit of confusion around ads, okay? Because there are so many different placements that you can place an ad inside Facebook, and there are different types of creatives. And over the years, it's just multiplied and multiplied. So for most people, it can get really, really confusing as to what type of ad I should be running to make sales, and where should it be placed? Should I have it in the news feed? Should I have it on Instagram? Should I have it on Facebook? And so on. So I'm going to clear that all up for you today and just share with you the different types of placements, which ones convert the best, and what type of creatives convert the best when it comes to running ads on the Meta platform. But before I jump into that, I just want to explain a little bit about what Meta is for the ones that actually don't know, because again, that can be really, really confusing. Because often when I speak to clients, they actually say to me, hey, Kerry, oh, right, listen, I believe my audience is on Instagram. You seem to only do Facebook ads. So, do I need to do something different for Instagram? So let's just clear that up. Meta owns Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger, okay? And so when you are running ads on the Meta platform, you can choose to have ads running in Facebook and on Instagram at exactly the same time. And there's also another placement you can choose as well, which is what we call Audience Network. And Audience Network is not a placement I would tell you to select, okay? There's only one time we would select Audience Network, and that's where the ad shows outside the Meta platform and it shows in apps and so on, okay? So typically, Facebook likes us to put all placements, let them decide where the ad's going to show, and they tend to suggest they'll show the ads where they feel like it's most likely to convert. So everything and sometimes that's wrong. Everything I'm going to talk about with you today is for a conversion ad, right? A conversion ad is a sales ad, otherwise known as a sales ad now. This is an objective that you will get sales, okay, or get leads that turn into sales. So that's what I'm talking about today. It's generally bottom of the funnel type of stuff, not top of the funnel. So top of the funnel is where you've got a great product or service, you want to get it out and you want to get some brand awareness, you want your people that are likely to buy your stuff to see your ad. Well, that would be a top of the funnel. And that would be, you do a video ad for that, or a video view ad. What we're talking about here is a sales ad. So you've warmed people up. Now you want them to convert into a sale, whether have a product or have a service. So let's first start with the different types of placements that actually convert the best. Now there's lots of placements you can have in Facebook. Okay, you can have an ad that shows up in the news feed, in Marketplace, in Messenger, in Instagram, in all those places as well. You can have it off channel in apps as well. So those are different types of placements, okay? But the ones that convert the best are when you show your ad, or your ad placement is in Reels placement. So those are short form video type of ads that show up under the Reels tab. as an ad, as a sponsored ad. And the other one that converts really, really well is an ad that shows up in stories. So stories are those little 15 to 20 second either images or videos that you have at the top of your Facebook or Instagram newsfeed, and you can spend lots and lots of time scrolling through them. And then, if you are a business owner and you've got an ad when people are sitting there scrolling through, your ad shows to your target audience. So Reels placement and Stories placement are really good placements to convert. Now, obviously, if you're going to get Facebook to select when you're running your ads, you just select automatic placements. Facebook will show ads in those different placements. However, if you want it to be the most optimized for Reels or for Stories, you need to do short form videos, okay? A short form video is a video that is under, typically you can actually have it under 90 seconds to fit into Reels. But if you want it to fit into a Reels placement and a Stories placement at the same time, then it has to be under 20 seconds. So a short form video that's under 20 seconds that can go in all placements, including under Reels and also in Stories, is a really, really good converting type of ad and ad placement. Here's one of the reasons why they work, short form videos. Not just because of the placement, but also because, they're short and sharp. And what you need to do is you need to capture people's attention really, really quickly, okay? And then convey your message effectively. In order to do that, you need to make sure that your video, in the first 3 seconds of that video, in fact, it's almost less now, within the first 1 to 2 seconds of that video, captures your target audience's attention. So it has to have a really good thumbnail that stands out, that can stop the scroll, and a really, really good hook as well. We're going to get into hooks a little bit later in this episode, but those are the two things that you need to be able to grab someone's attention really, really quickly when they are scrolling through their newsfeed or scrolling through their stories and so on when they're in that Facebook and Instagram land. With that, good quality hook at the front that captures attention, a thumbnail that stops the scroll at the same time. You convey your message really, really quickly. What's the benefit? What is the problem that your product or service solves for your end user? Or how does it get them to a specific outcome? Those are a couple of different things that you need to be able to have in your ad, and a clear call to action to get them to go wherever you need to get them to go. That all needs to be done within 20 seconds, okay? So that's so that it can obviously show in Stories and in Reels placements. So those are the different types of placements that work really, really well. But in saying that though, if you're going to do a 20-second video that has a great hook, clearly conveys the message, what's the problem that your product or service solves, or what is the outcome that your ideal audience wants to get to, and it conveys that and has a really, really good call to action, then it can be placed absolutely anywhere. Okay, so that type of ad can be placed anywhere. The other type of ad that works really, really well for converting is the type of ad is single image ads. Time and time again, these will convert really, really well for you. In fact, in terms of converting and getting sales, we would typically start with your video ad first, and that would warm people up and whatever else, but you'd also be following those people that have watched the video with a single image ad. I still to this day, and I argue with Facebook reps about this all the time, but many of other marketers, we have discussions about this. The single image ad is fantastic for getting sales, and especially when it comes to any kind of business realistically, but even your e-commerce business and so on. If you're selling products or services and that, you've got a video that showcases your stuff, and then you follow up with a single image of a really, a product that that your target audience is interested in. And that brings me to the next type of ad that converts really, really well. And this is fantastic for e-commerce businesses. So if you're selling a product online, is catalog ads. So catalog ads, otherwise known as product dynamic ads, they are ads that show in the newsfeed. They show based on someone who visits your website. When they're looking at products on your website, they go back to Facebook, and depending on their actions or their inactions, it shows them highly relevant ads. So it's really based upon the user's browser, the user browsing your website and then coming back to the Meta platform, and either on Facebook or Instagram or even on Audience Network, if they're on an app, and that you will show your products and services. So this is where the single image ad also ties in with this, because if you can set up camp ads and you know that they have been looking at a specific product on your website and you know that they've been looking at it for a period of time, maybe they haven't purchased, you showcase that product back to them to get people to convert. That works really, really well. And one of the things I find is I guess underutilized and people don't do enough is single images in ads, because Facebook has been telling us for years, or the advice that we've been getting from marketers out there that, have been maybe doing it 5 minutes and haven't got, experimented enough or got, enough results for their clients and so on, and haven't had the, I guess the feedback from what actually works. Most people tell you to only do video ads. Video ads are it, right? I'm not saying don't do video ads, because obviously the 20-second video ads work really, really well in a reel placement or a story placement. I'm saying you should be doing image ads as well. And most people neglect this simple old single image ad. So give it a go in your marketing. If you haven't actually been using single image ads, give it a go in your marketing and watch your sales improve, okay? And every single person I've spoken to, business owner that I've spoken to, and they've said, we just can't scale, or we just can't get our conversions up and whatever else, I'll go, hey, listen, and I'll look at their ad account and I'll go, you don't have any single images. They're all videos. And that is why. So we turn on the single image ad and then they watch their ads being able to scale and make more sales at the same time. But make sure when you are doing a single image ad is that it's a really good quality image, okay? The other thing you want to make sure, good quality image, and just test. Do a split test between having text overlay on the image, so that might be a headline or something that's a benefit on the image, to actually having a native image which has no text overlay. So I split test both. So I'll have an image that has a little bit of text overlay on it, and then I'll have an image that has no text overlay on it at all, and it's more native. Now, some of the native ads, that's what they're called, native image ads, work better because the thing is you've got people scrolling through their newsfeed, and they, are not necessarily expecting to see an ad, although ads are all through Facebook and Instagram, but they are expecting to see content from their friends and family, or stuff that they're interested in. So if you can run an ad that looks like it's content from their friends or family or something that they might be interested in, then they're going to stop and look at your stuff. We often find if you have text on your image, it can look like an ad, and people don't really want to be sold to, okay? Not on the Facebook platform as such. They will buy off the Facebook platform. They will buy off Instagram, but they want it to be like, wow, that's their idea. And so if you just sort of sneak into the news feed looking like you're an ad from a friend and family or something that they're really, really interested in, then you're more likely to get the sale as well. So the other types of ads that you can run that convert really, really well is going back to lead gen type ads. You like, these are ads where you are building your database, okay? So building your database so that you can either send out emails, or you can send out messages, or you can send out SMSs, or whatever that looks like for you. These ads, quite a few people actually, again, jump straight to a sales campaign and neglect the lead gen campaign. But what I'm talking about is a lead gen campaign that collects names, emails, and Messenger subscribers, through Messenger is the best way we do it, but also leads to a sale at the same time. So you can optimize actually for a sale, but get all the other details along the way as well. So there are different types of what we call lead gen ads and objectives that you can run. But the best ones, the ones that convert the best, is when you're running an ad to collect a lead and you run them and you send them off to Messenger. So they click on your ad, it opens up in Messenger. In Messenger, you have a series of automated messages, and then you collect an email address and perhaps a phone number, depending on what the offer is, and then you send them off to your website to buy your product or service, or off to an offer page on your website. So click on an ad, goes into Messenger, collects those details, those really cool, important details, then make an offer, send them off to an offer page. And you can optimize actually for the offer, and then you get really, really good quality leads, okay? So that's a campaign, again, that a lot of people don't run. It's highly effective, and you build a database at the same time. And one of the reasons why you actually want to build that database, and I know I've spoken about this in previous episodes, but one of the big reasons is that you know, if anything happens to your Facebook page or your ad account and whatnot, you can still continue to do business through your list by emailing or by sending out broadcasts through Messenger or by SMSing, so you can continue to do business. But the other reason why is in the fourth quarter. So we're coming into the fourth quarter. And the fourth quarter is, your busy time of the year in Facebook world. So we're talking, September, October, November, December. What happens in November, October, November, December in the world is that we are going from Halloween in the US, we're going to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, into Thanksgiving, whatever order that goes around, and then into Christmas. And then New Year. This is the most expensive time to advertise. So if you haven't got a lot of margin in your product or your service, and you're trying to run ads at this time of the year in the fourth quarter, right? Sometimes you might go backwards. So you need another way to make sales. Now, some people thrive during this time of the year, but others, they just can't afford to do sales campaigns during this time of the year. So that's why it's really important to get your lead generation done, so that at this time of the year, if it's too expensive to run sales campaigns, then you can just you can go out to your list and go out to your list essentially for free. So really important step. And in fact, if I often say to business owners, if it's getting too expensive for you to advertise during the fourth quarter, because you're going up against, all these other people and every other advertiser out there, then do campaigns that are lead gen type of campaigns that are less expensive, okay? So good type of campaign to run. Now let's talk about what you actually, good type of ads that you can run just to mix things up a little bit, okay? Because no one wants to, your ad is going to fatigue if you constantly have the same type of ad all the time, right? Like a direct response ad. Here's my product, here's my service, here's what's great about it, buy it, okay? Those sorts of ads can fatigue over time, and they're not going to work for everyone. So these are different types of ads you can do to mix things up. So testimonial ads, these are the absolute best, right? Don't just tell people how amazing your product and service is. Get other people to tell your audience how amazing your products and services are. If you can get testimonials, which you really should get good at doing if you're in business, or get someone else to get them for you, testimonials are fantastic. It is often a struggle, however, to get our clients on a video to do a video testimonial. So sometimes it's good to just interview a client, ask them, hey, what did you like about our products and services? What were you like before? What were you like afterwards, and so on, and get them to respond back in an interview style, or you write one up based on what they've said, you send it to your client and you get them to go, yep, that's great. And then you can use a testimonial ad where you actually talk about it in the copy, right? So you might have an image of your client or an image of your product or service or whatever else, and then you talk about the testimonial in the copy of the ad. So this is how it kind of sounds. It would be like, or actually, these are some of the best ones, because this actually also gets you around the whole, there's certain rules around what you can advertise in terms of weight loss. We'll use weight loss as an example, okay? So you can't actually make not false claims, outrageous claims as far as Facebook's concerned, by claiming that someone can lose an X amount of weight in X amount of weeks. So, you can lose 10 kgs in the next 7 days. And some people who are severely overweight, might be able to if they did a really, really strict crash diet, not healthy at all. But, you could actually have results that have that, but you can't actually talk about it or claim it in an ad. But you can use a client's testimonial. So you can say, hey, Susie, Susie was super excited how she lost, 10 kgs in 4 weeks. And here's how she did it, and, all the benefits and so on and so on and so on. So testimonial ads and a client saying it, but you writing in the copy work really, really well. And they also work well to get around some of the rules inside Facebook where, they don't want you to make claims on certain things, because you're not talking about someone else. You're not saying you can do it on, in an ad, you can do X, Y, Z. You've got a client testimonial saying, I did it. Here's a testimonial, I lost X amount of weight in X amount of time, or I did this and, got this result. And then you can have, Susie at the bottom of it, that's, so on. So they work really, really well. With the testimonial type of ads though, it's best to use authentic testimonials with real names and photos if possible, and then highlight the key benefits, main pain points they had before, and so on. That's best practices, and I would encourage everyone to do that. However, if you have shy clients, like we all do, but they have said something to you about how great everything was, but they don't want their photo shown, and they don't want their real name, but it's something that they have said about your products and services, then, you got to do what you got to do. You might have to use a different name and a different photo, or get an actor in to act as your client, or whatever else. They have companies that actually do user-generated content. You can actually pay companies to do user-generated content, UGC. So UGC videos and so on. So there's companies out there that do it, and they actually literally have actors on there, or you can send your products and services to someone and they can give you a user-generated content type of video. So you can do that. Facebook actually recommends that you do that. They actually love them as well. And a user-generated content, so it would come as a short form video. It'll be a testimonial from, someone who's tried your products and services, but not actually from your real client because they're too scared to. And then you can place that in the placements of reels and stories as well. So it kills 3 birds with 1 stone, realistically. Other types of ads that you can run. So we've got testimonials. They work really, really well, as opposed to just doing your direct response type of ad. The other thing we've got is education. It is really, really good to educate, entertain, or inspire your target audience. And this works really, really well, educational type of content, when you know so much about your target audience. You know their fears, you know their frustrations, you know what keeps them awake at night, you know that your product solves, that is your product or service is the solution to the problem that they're having, okay? If you know that, then educational content ads work really, really well. And here's how you do these, okay? So an educational content type of ad is you do the research, you find out what your target audience, what problems they have, what questions they're asking, and so on. I use a tool like Answer the Public. Answer the Public is a tool that searches the internet for commonly asked questions around a topic. So you can put in any topic or any couple of keywords in there. It works best with 1 or 2 keywords. And then it goes and searches the internet and actually comes up with the questions that people are asking around that topic. So this works really well. If you use Answer the Public around your industry, so a couple of keywords in your industry, you find out the problems that people, or the questions people are asking, and then you create educational content around that. So you do it as a video, most likely, okay? So, and you do a short bite of the video. So you'd start the video with the question that people are asking. You'd start it with that. You'd start answering some of that question, so putting some education around it. Then you might actually, if you wanted to keep it within a 20-second, you would send people off to a website where they could read an article about it. And throughout the article, you would have links to a product page on your website or an offer page on your website that is the solution to that. Okay, so as they're reading through it, you're seeding throughout it your product or your service and driving people off to your offer page. So that's one way of doing it. So short bite of education, short bite around a question that people are asking online, and you're educating around that. You're sending them off to an article on your website or a blog post on your website where you've got links seeding to an offer page. That's one way. The second way to do it is have a whole video piece about educating people on, stuff, or talking about being the expert around the information. So you're giving out great information on what people are searching for on the internet. You're the expert around that. They see you as the expert, and you talk about it, and then you do a call to action and then drive them off to the website after that. So that's two different ways of doing that educational type of content. But first, start with research, use Answer the Public. Second, put together the video. Best if you put your face to the video and do it yourself, but there's multiple different ways you can do that. And then you split test between doing a short form one where you send them to a website, or a long form one where you send them straight to an offer page. So those are some of the different types of placements that convert really, really well, types of ads that convert really, really well, and then the different types of ways you can do copy for those ads, including educational or testimonials and so on. But most important of all, when you're doing these ads, most important of all is that don't just do one ad to one audience. It's more important than ever nowadays to do multiple different types of creatives, multiple different types of hooks, and different types of ads. So you'd have a campaign, you'd have an audience or two inside that campaign, and then you might have a short form video ad with a certain hook. You'll have a single image ad inside that. You might have a product dynamic ad inside that as well. And you'd be split testing images, videos, hooks, and so on, okay? And you continue to do it. You run the ad for 3 or 4 days, the campaigns for 3 or 4 days, turn the one off that's not converting as well, add another one in, and so on and so on and so on. And Facebook makes it really, really easy for us to do that nowadays. So hope this has helped help you with the different types of ads, campaigns, what's converting, how you can run them, and so on inside the big metaverse. Love to hear, if you've tried any of these, how it worked for you, and if you want to know more about how you can actually make money from running campaigns on Facebook and Instagram or inside the metaverse, make sure you subscribe on your favorite podcast channel, follow me on my socials, and give me a 5-star rating if you are actually really, really enjoying this, so I can produce more content like this to help small business owners like you succeed on the metaverse. Thank you for joining me. If this episode helped you get your business one step closer to the top of your niche, then I'd love your support with a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And don't forget to subscribe on your favorite platform too. Don't let your journey end here. Connect with me and my community of like-minded female entrepreneurs at Kerry Fitzgibbon on social platforms. I look forward to helping you build your business.